Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of About That Track. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just gonna make sure that my mic pack is on real quick because we're making so many of these videos. You get caught slipping, dog, you're gonna miss all the audio. It's on there and it's on there. We're good to go, we're golden. All right, so this next track, I haven't really looked at it just yet, but we're gonna look at it right now. I like to kind of be surprised when I see the track on the video, because I don't necessarily know the order of all the tracks, but you know, that'd just be crazy if I knew the order of all my albums. Here we go. This is a good one. Again, I want to come back to this thing that Jake made, Dr. Wiley. It was called Dreamy Times. This blah 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 blah, and it's just and I explained the story behind it. It reminds me of the ballroom level in Super Castlevania where the couple is essentially dancing and trying to kill you at the same time. Ghosts, they're ghosts. So we're gonna transfer this to Family Room, see if this works out. Now this is a short track, it's called World's Fair 84. Okay, here it goes.
I woke up in the middle of the night and it had been several nights in a row that this had happened.
Yep.
That I would hear this.
Oh, this story. Oh my God.
Outside of the building. And since my mom and dad were working nights, we were at this daycare and this nursery. You know, this was just louder than usual. We all started crying. One of the nurses from the daycare picked me up and took me to the window and said, look.
Okay, so this story starts off with me at a daycare in 1984. When I was 2 years old. Not a lot of people I know have memories from when they were 2 or 3 years old. Don't know what the statistics are on that. That's just my experience and understanding of it. And the reason why I kind of clutch my nose here and look away is because I don't know how traumatizing this story is to me just yet, but I know that it sticks with me very, very, very closely. And I remember seeing the fireworks just like boom, 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 boom. Before that, we heard them. You know, we're kids in a nursery. My mom's working at night. My dad's working at night at ExxonMobil. You're in New Orleans, you know, in 1984 of all times. And the World's Fair is in town. And all this boom, 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 boom is going off. And then we're crying as kids because we're like, are we going to die? Like, what's happening? Like, the world is shaking. And so the nurse then picked me up to the window to show us what's happening. You know, maybe if we can align, put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, what we're seeing is what we're hearing. Great. Okay, we're not in danger. And so that's the story I'm telling. I'll let this finish out and explain a little more. So, but the soundscape to this is important.
And outside of the window was the fireworks from the New Orleans World's Fair. And I just remember thinking, wow, what the fuck is life?
Okay, so that last part where I say, wow, what the fuck is life? It kind of has this almost this like villainous laugh, like it feels, Victor Von Doom didn't really laugh, but it feels like, it feels villainous, you know, like something suspicious is going on. But all that being said, there was this very naive wonderment of what the fuck is life? And I just did it again. It's like you've been on Earth for 2 years, like, and you're seeing like exploding colors in the air. What is happening? Dog, what is even going on in here? And I think that was such a poignant moment in my life that I wanted to document it in The Very Best of Ricky and Jane. Now, these sounds were handed off to that Jake made, handed it to Cecil, and then Cecil and I kind of messed around with it and added some other stuff in, like, you know, changed the tone of the synth, like made it into like a harpsichord a little bit, and then, you know, a piano instead of strings. And then it was handed off to Seth, who did all the mastering. Now, I think Seth added a little bit of like a, and so it like made it warble, kind of like American Horror Story. So this whole track took on like an entire different life than I could have ever expected. And I think it caters to the oldness or the age of the materials that we're trying to, convey to you, and the texture of it, I do think, I know so that little soundtrack of Dreamy Times that Jake made will definitely make a reappearance in an album at some point. Absolutely, because I love it. But the World's Fair 84 is going to be the aesthetic, not for the next album, but the album after that. So the album after The Very Best of Ricky and Jane is going to be called Shapeshifter, and the one after that is going to be called The World's Fair. And so we're going to take some liberties with the Minnesota State Fair and maybe some other places and give it a shot and see how this turns out. But all that said, that is the World's Fair Interlude 84, and I can't wait until the World's Fair album comes out, because it's going to have a lot of the same aesthetics and graphic design as the World's Fair in 84 had. Thank you so much for checking out this video. This is about that track. It goes out to patrons first. If you're not a patron, go to patreon.com/DoSomethingMorrison. Love y'all, and thank you so much for listening and watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.